Have you ever wondered why some women cry more easily than others? Maybe you've seen it in yourself. A small comment, a moment of overwhelm, a sudden burst of emotion that feels impossible to hold back. And if you've ever felt embarrassed by it or wished you were stronger, I want you to stay with me for a moment. Crying easily is not a weakness. In fact, it often reveals something deeply human, deeply intuitive, and honestly, deeply powerful. Let's talk about it. Women who cry easily are often deeply tuned into their emotional world. They feel things intensely not because they are fragile, but because their emotional radar is set to pick up signals that others miss. They notice tone, they notice tension, they notice when something feels off, even before the people around them have registered it. And that sensitivity, it's not a flaw. It's a form of emotional intelligence that many people spend years trying to develop. Women who cry easily also tend to be internal processors. That means they carry things inside thoughts, worries, memories, hopes, and when those internal layers get too full, the tears come out as a natural release. It's the body's way of saying, "You've been holding so much. Let me help you let go." Maybe that sounds familiar to you. Maybe you grew up being the peacemaker, the one who tried to keep harmony in the family, the one who avoided conflict because even a small argument felt too heavy to carry. When you cry easily, it's often because you've trained yourself to absorb emotions instead of express them. And eventually, they push their way out in tears. And here's something important. Crying is strongly connected to nervous system regulation. Many women who cry easily aren't emotional for no reason. They simply have a nervous system that responds quickly to stress, tension, or emotional pressure. Their body goes into release mode faster than others. This isn't dramatic. It's biological. Sometimes it also comes from being highly empathetic. Women who cry easily often feel other people's emotions almost as if they were their own. When someone else is hurting, they don't just understand it, they almost physically feel it. And tears become the natural language of that empathy. If you connect with this, I'd love to hear from you. Do you cry easily, and has it ever made you feel misunderstood? Share it in the comments. I'm genuinely curious how many women relate to this. Let's continue. Women who cry easily also tend to form deep emotional bonds. They care, they invest, they love with their full heart. And with that depth of connection comes vulnerability. When something touches them, whether it's joy, sadness, gratitude, or disappointment, the emotion rises quickly and visibly. And yes, sometimes that sensitivity comes from past experiences. Maybe you had to be strong for too long. Maybe no one taught you how to express your feelings safely. Maybe the only time you allowed emotion to escape was when the pressure was too much. So now, even in adulthood, crying is your built-in release valve. If that's you, know this, your tears don't make you less strong, they make you more human. Crying is a sign that you haven't shut yourself down, you haven't numbed out. You still feel, you still care, you still show up with an open heart, even if that heart spills over sometimes. So if you're a woman who cries easily, let me tell you this clearly. You're not too much, you're not overly emotional, you're not dramatic. You're wired for depth, for empathy, for connection, and that is something rare. Never apologize for tears that come from being fully alive.